This is exactly right.
I'm Babs Gray, and Leo season is never over if you're unbearable.
Hey. Hey, I'm Brandy Posey, and I'd kill to see Veronica Mars take on QAnon.
Ooh.
I'm Tess Barker, and the bus should serve Jell-O shots. I'm willing to pay taxes toward this.
And this is Lady to Lady.
Can you give a secret?
Neither can we.
Hello! We got Barbara, Brandy, and of course Big Tess. We got a show for everyone that's the fucking best. Come on, baby. It's time to hang out with your favorite ladies. Ladies and ladies. Ladies and ladies.
Hello. You can just bring Jell-O shots pretty easily, probably.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
could sell them at the bus stop.
Absolutely, absolutely. But hear me out. If the bus just served them, A, it's generating revenue for the city, and B, people would take the bus way more often. Like, Lyft is,
That's true. That's how we move towards a mass transit system.
Yeah.
We just got shot.
That is true. LA's mass transit is really bad. So
Yeah.
if we just start including free alcohol.
Oh my God.
Or not free. How much are you selling them?
Low
10
cost.
cents?
Let's sell them for, you know what? I'm going to backtrack and say it's no longer a fundraiser for the city. It's just free. And the revenue comes from people buying their bus ticket.
Okay.
I think that's how we get it.
I think the bus drivers have it really easy. So I think we should definitely
Yeah, let's get some Jell-O drunks.
Yeah, let's ask.
Well, like I said, everyone's already drunk on the bus anyway.
Well, then why are you giving them Jell-O shots?
I just said to drive traffic to the buses. It would be fun.
to fill it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. If we enforce this test, you got to take the bus.
I love the bus. I want people to join me on the bus. That's why I spearheaded this whole idea.
When's the last time you rode a bus?
Like 2 months ago.
All right. Let's bring in our guest for this hot bus talk. He's an amazing, hilarious actor. He's got 3 podcasts, High and Mighty, Raised by TV, and Action Boys. Jon Gabrus.
Hi, thank you. 2 months is just the perfect, because you were so adamant that you were like such a bus. Your joke you chose is about from the point of view of someone riding the bus. All this, and then you're like, I do it 2 months ago.
I mean, that's pretty
That's
good for
kind of
having been
recent.
in.
For LA, that's pretty recent.
Yeah,
That's true, I guess.
It's
But if
been
you
years.
if you said like I'm a runner, and then someone's like, "When's the last time you ran?" You say like 2 months ago. You're like, I don't know if you are a runner anymore.
I have run at one point in my life.
And I'm sure I only love it because it's been 2 months since I've taken it.
Yeah, if you had to do it every day.
That's good. Why you're trying to make it more lovable.
Exactly. No, but I've been on the bus. I've been on the bus for a while. I used to take the bus to college when I lived in Santa Monica.
Now, do you think that this is just like a result of thinking that the bus that we took to Las Vegas was a party bus? And
Oh, I did that too.
And then it was a mega bus.
And it was a mega bus that did not. She thought we had VIP tickets on this
man.
mega bus.
That just means like you get the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah.
No, it literally meant nothing. It meant that we got to pre-choose our seats that
On a bus.
Didn't do anything.
In my head, I was picturing like an open cooler full of booze, us all sitting around it. Not a hot tub, but like the spirit of a hot tub.
Just a pile of sweat.
You guys do limos with hot tubs in the back exist? Because I've always like dreamed of this.
In a movie.
They certainly do.
Yeah,
think
we
so?
just don't. We're not in the bracket where we get to see that yet.
That's where we need to get.
Limos are sort of like gone, right?
On their way out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
limos
yeah.
and like circuses are two things that like
so
my kids will
true.
just not know about, but were such a huge part of my childhood.
Which is amazing.
I don't
'cause,
know.
like,
Not that I ever went in a limo, but like the one time you do, you're like, I'm a king of the fucking world.
Yeah,
Yes.
proms and funerals. Proms and
so
funerals.
we're saying like oversized or tiny cars are both going out with
Yes.
services.
Yeah, yeah. I was just down in San Diego, just walking around Comic-Con, and there was a boat that maybe it's not a boat. I don't know what it is when it's like $1 billion boat.
A yacht.
Yacht.
Okay, but it had a hot tub on the back and then a helipad with a helicopter on it, and I was like, that's a murderer. Somebody who's killed multiple people owns this yacht.
That's a Bond villain.
Yeah.
Vehicle.
It's so dope. If you ever
Yeah.
just get to see a chance to see a chopper land on a boat, I mean, it just like activates the G.I. Joe kid in me, where it's like,
love
oh,
that.
look at all the vehicles, you know? Just like I saw it. It's in the movie Drop Zone with Wesley Snipes.
That's a great movie. Is that where they skydive cars?
No, they skydive cars in Fast and the Furious 6.
Five. Oh,
Okay.
Is it 6?
It might be 5. The one with Tony Jaa.
Yeah.
I get the timeline gets muddy for me there.
Yeah.
But that one's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. But I've seen Drop Zone. I know
But Drop Zone is just skydiving.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that sounds such an insane. Drop Zone is one of the 2 skydiving action movies that came out in the mid 90s.
What
The
is
other-
the skydiving plot? Like
Break.
what?
Point Break, not Point Break.
Terminal
What's happening
Velocity,
in
the
the
Charlie
sky?
Sheen one.
oh, Terminal Velocity. So 3.
3, yeah, because
Damn,
I
come on,
think
90s.
the other 2 popped off right after Point Break. I think
Yeah.
Point Break was like they were like, yeah, they focused on surfing, but skydiving is the key.
It does seem also like skydiving's not as like both limos and skydiving are.
They're both
Well,
in 90s.
my sister is a huge skydiver, so
I know people are still doing it, but I guess just people I don't hear people I know casually being like, "Oh, I'm going skydiving." Like I don't know people doing it anymore.
I went skydiving. I've
you?
been.
Where did you go?
I went in the Hudson Valley in New York when I was like 22, my senior
The
year of
ranch?
college.
Was it at the ranch?
Yes, skydived
My
the
sister
ranch.
skydives there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fucking awesome.
Oh man,
I lied about my weight.
They didn't weigh you.
No.
No, they didn't weigh me. They said, "Do you? You have
be
to weigh under.
free.
Yep, you have to be under 225 pounds." I was 235.
Oh, fuck
God,
that.
I was fat then, and I would kill to be 235 right now. And I was like, "I'm 225." I'm like, my friends are like, "What?" I'm like, "There's got to be a 10-pound margin of
yeah,
error."
that's fine.
Yeah.
Was there any point in the dive where you were like, "Ugh, shouldn't have waited"?
I did everything wrong on the dive too. It's
Yeah.
really funny, and this is how long ago it was. It's on VHS. I have no way to watch it.
Did you have a song that went with it?
I didn't get to choose. It was U2's "Beautiful Day" for everyone. Of course.
Absolutely.
I showed it to my then girlfriend, who's now my wife, and she beat the shit out of me because I told her I had to go. She said, "Promise me you'll never go skydiving."
yeah.
But we were like still new, so I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
And then I
This
was
is
like,
your free solo moment.
yes. And I was like, I gotta go shoot a comedy sketch in college. And she was like, okay. And she's like, I want to see the sketch when it's done. I'm like, of course. And I just put it in. She's like, what is this? And it's like, beautiful day. And I'm just like soaring through the air. And she's like, you motherfucker. She's like,
I like that
kicking
you
me.
two got their thing
Rules.
like they did on
the iPads?
on the or
iPods?
iPhones or whatever with their albuming on there.
Right.
They also had some kind of deal with the skydiving people
skydivers.
to put their songs.
Big Skydive loves you too.
Honestly, well, actually, Big Skydive also loves, of course, Free Fallin'.
Of course.
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
But
Why?
that
I
free
don't-
falling is something you want to stop at some point, though, in the world of skydiving. You don't want exclusively free fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Skydiving is fucking. It feels so insanely wealthy and indulgent. Like I think
It
that's.
is.
I think more and more hobbies and activities that
Yeah.
are like gluttonous against the environment are going to be like, now we're just taking planes up in the air to jump out of them. You know?
Oh, totally.
I don't
There's
feel
two
like that's
kinds of
too bad.
skydivers. There's you're either very wealthy or you're addicted to skydiving and you're very poor.
Right.
There's like a huge contingency of those people. Drop zones are like there's like a whole like vagrant population that
Yes.
just travels around the world living at these drop zones.
It's awesome. To me.
Yeah.
That's like the kind of subculture I need to be part of. Instead, I chose fucking improv.
I know. I
Look
do
where I
really
am
love
now,
that.
37, still improvising.
Don't worry. Also bad for the environment.
Right, oh, yeah.
I can't wait to watch people just start cutting down trees.
Yeah. It's called urban lumberjacking.
That's coming for sure.
I'm guaranteed it exists.
I mean, we have axe bars now, so that's the first step.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
like
If there was,
throwing
like, axe
axes.
Throwing
Yeah.
axes.
Wow, that seems so. No one's died yet.
I think they have a drink limit at the places.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Isn't there like this weird like trend in the last 10 years for like this pseudo throwback manliness that's like this like whole genre of like it started I think when like the first dude had bourbon again, you know,
Yeah.
like and it was like, oh, men, we should drink scotch and whiskey and bourbon and have beards and smoke, you know, and like roll our own cigarettes. All this shit that's just like, and now it's extrapolated out where it's like I drink IPAs and throw axes. That's my favorite thing to do. It's like you're a fucking banker, dude.
And it's the thing. I think this is. If I was a guy, I would like this. But that whole thing of like these really fancy shave places.
Yep.
totally.
I feel like that's
totally
also.
part of it.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm like happy those exist. Like, I want my husband to go to one of those because I'm like, I want him to have like how I feel at Burke Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's total, and it's funny because like guys will be like, "Yeah, I don't do that whole like, you know, my wife, she's got to get her nails done. She goes to Sephora. Me, I go to the same barber I've gone to for 15 years. It's like always
Yeah.
like that's the same shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just don't need
absolutely.
low lights, so you can
not
get
as
out of
many
there a little
candles.
faster.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
wow, Garth is really Garth is podcasting with us today.
Good job,
Yeah.
Garth.
Everyone doesn't
Garthing
know.
it up.
Yeah, he's KO.
Garth is out. OUT Garth.
Yeah, that's not very normal for Garth.
Oh.
Yeah, he's very. He's normally very high energy.
Check on him.
Yeah, he's,
That's not normal for Garth. Oh, okay. We're pretty casual about that test.
He's fine.
Oh, that's very abnormal behavior. Okay, so skydiving.
Oh man,
You should have Jello shots when you skydive.
I was gonna say before we were podcasting, we were talking about pooping or something.
Oh, yeah.
I've been
Go on.
taking piano lessons from this man who lives in a studio in the Hollywood Hills.
What? This is new.
Oh, you didn't hear about this yet? No.
I'm just excited that the segue's pooping. Because I'm already like, where is this story going?
Yeah.
I have such a shit anxiety, dude, that I'm so excited by
I
this.
mean, so it wasn't poop; it was pee. But I had to
my
pee.
second favorite.
You know, yeah, I had to pee. You know, I fucking hate it because I'm trying to drink a lot more water, but it's so annoying. 'cause you have to
know.
pee
You gotta pee all the time.
I agree.
Oh,
I
it
know.
sucks.
and it sucks. So I
And
pulled up
doing
to his
like house
place.
call type, like coming here, I'm like, I have to pee so bad, but just don't be the first thing charged into
Right,
the bathroom.
right.
So,
Yeah.
Hey, nice to meet everyone. Can I use the restroom now?
And
Can
how
I
are
use
you
it
guys-
before I leave and right when I show up to my next location too?
I also feel like everyone else has a higher pee tolerance than me. Like, I hate having to pee and it distracts me. Like,
Yes.
I have to pee kind of
If
as
you
soon
really
as I
have to,
pee.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you drink a lot of caffeine too,
Yes.
which activates your bladder a lot too.
Absolutely.
So,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm
Diuretic.
never not peeing.
yeah.
You're never not peeing.
That's Jimmy Pardo's
I'm actually
side project
mostly
podcast.
peeing. I'm more peeing than I'm not these days. Yikes.
Just a constant flow of like water coming into me, water going out. Of
Yes.
me.
But yeah, so like I've taken a few classes from this guy, and he lives in like a guest house, and it's in the back of this property, and it's like I'm practicing in his bedroom. His bed is 2 feet away from me.
How did you find this guy?
It's a studio. This guy. This guy.
This is Craigslist as fuck.
yeah.
No, my.
Like, I don't
this
want to
guy I
learn
work
anything
with-
that bad.
This guy I work with told me about him, and he was like, he's great, like it's very
Okay.
affordable, and I was like, yes, this is like exactly what I want. And the guy's awesome, but you're in his like room, and
Yeah.
I was like, I pulled up, and I was like, I have to pee so bad, but I'm like nervous about asking to use this guy's bathroom.
In a studio, it's tough.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was just like it's not.
I mean, you're talking at that point. It's like you're like, can you play something on the piano? Because like you're gonna hear me.
You
in
can
there.
cover me a little
It's like
bit.
2 feet away, so I was just like. I just pulled up. I also am observing this. His place. He's kind of an older guy. He's kind of like a little bit dirty. And there's this like daddy long legs that I have seen its home directly by the bathroom. And I'm like, I really want to see how long this daddy long legs is there. Like
Good
if
for
it's
that daddy long legs.
around forever, and I don't want to disturb it in the way to the
You
bathroom.
get a good deal on a studio in the Hollywood Hills. You fucking sit there for as long as
Oh, yeah.
possible.
Exactly.
Daddy Longlegs will buckle the fuck in and just hang out.
Yeah,
It's rent control.
So I almost peed outside. I pulled up to his place, and I sat there, and I was like, I really have to pee. There's 10 minutes until I go in there. Should I just
man.
pee in his neighbor's yard? I didn't do it. I didn't.
Oh,
do
I
it.
get it.
It was 4 p.m. in the middle of the day, by the way.
Oh,
It
it
was
would have been a
not-
little bit
yeah.
darker, maybe.
Yeah.
But I just held it. I was like, I can't do this.
I don't know how guys aren't just only peeing outside.
Yeah.
It's a real treat to pee outside.
If
Yeah,
I
it seems
could, I would,
delightful.
Yeah.
and I can't, and I still do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Always.
I was about to say, I feel like, based on my experience being around women, they can pee outside as well, too.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
But it's just a little more conspicuous. No one ever uses that,
It's
right?
more conspicuous.
It's harder to pull off.
It's more
Yeah.
conspicuous, and there is
High
residual
splashback
drippage.
factor. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's splashback factors. There's residual drippage. Those are the two big problems.
Without naming who, I was hanging out an older woman, and the
Ooh,
wine.
I like that you're in. Obviously,
older
we know
woman.
them. so-
the wine was flowing, and it hit differently that day, and she had to pee, and she dropped trowel in the
Spotted.
parking lot, and it just. Audibly, I was like, I know you need a shower. Like I
Yeah,
could tell,
you know what
like
I mean?
you were too low. You know, like
Yeah,
you
you
went to
can't
like
go.
full, you went to like third world pooping squad.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you can't be that low.
No.
It's
Yeah.
high risk.
And your best, I mean, I've gotten actually very good at it. This last camping trip, my husband and I went on a camping trip where we were backpacking like in the wilderness.
oh, awesome.
And it made me like so used to peeing outside that the other day we were in traffic and I was like, dude, you don't even have to like pull over to gas. Just pull over to that cactus. I'm fine.
pee over
And
there.
like he was like, no. I'm like, I just
city
have gotten
test.
too used to peeing outside.
Pull over to that cactus. It's like it's on a porch and like a family sitting there. Like, did you guys see that woman just come up here and piss and leave?
Tess is like new on buses. Let's install plants in the back.
Yeah,
everyone.
dude. Well, because it's also you just. I mean, I'm just like the type of person like I don't know. When I was trying to surf, I would like change on the PCH after because my thing is like I'm never gonna see you again. I don't really care if
Yeah.
you see my butt.
Yeah. Who cares?
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
You know.
my thing is, I don't care if anyone sees my butt. Other people care if they see my butt. That's the
should
thing.
be how I'm thinking more. I'm like, look, you're gonna see my butt whether you like it or not. And
I
I'm a
just
stranger.
didn't. I had this like vision of one of his neighbors having like cameras and like
yeah.
looking at it and seeing me just go up to this wall and pee and then go into his thing for a piano lesson. Like,
You're like, I can't pee in his house. It would be absolutely humiliating. Room full of people watching security cam footage over and over, like the Zapruder
Wait
film.
a
Back
second.
and to the left. Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
oh my god.
That's awesome that you're taking piano lessons.
Yeah, I love
very
it. I
cool.
took them a while ago at the community college, and I would totally recommend it to anybody. It's crazy affordable. I just couldn't do it with that anymore
schedule.
because it's too hard to like keep up,
Right.
you know? But this is just once a week, so it's great. Yeah.
I'm all about adult hobbies.
Oh, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, that's
Love
like
a hobby.
like when you're grinding in your career and you keep saying like when it really pops off is when I'm going to do the things I love, and then you're like,
Oh,
well, it's been
no.
a decade, maybe I should start
Yeah,
trying to do some other
exactly.
stuff. I hit that like 2 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I realized because I'm like, oh, I don't have kids. I'm probably never gonna have kids, so I'm like, I'm just doing the things I would like make my kids do.
Yeah, it was like waiting to push this on a child. I might as well just
Yeah.
push it on myself.
Be your
instead.
own commandeering mother.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're talking about like how Craigslist it is to go to a dude's house and learn piano lessons. I'm literally am possibly this week, most likely the week after, going to a park in like mid city to learn kung fu from a guy who teaches in the park.
Yes.
I just like I'm like, oh my god, this scene. I got to go to one to see if it's too weird for me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it just you and the dude?
No, it's like a class of people. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what it is, but I always get excited for stuff like this, and then other people always ruin it for me.
Yeah.
and I'm not
Also-
I'm not even that much of a misanthrope, but like, I want like
You
I
mean
can't.
the people in the class
Yeah,
will fuck it up?
I can't
Yeah.
take acting classes because it's full of actors, and
Yeah,
it's like
a nightmare.
everyone. It's just like I couldn't believe how awful people are, and it's like I just want to avoid them as. But I'm like. How much more is private? And the guy's like, just come to one class first. I'm like, haven't even gone. I'm emailing him like, can I do private? I already hate the other people in the class.
Well, I mean, a kung fu class, I feel like you're really rolling the dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That could be anyone.
It could be. I know. That's what I'm waiting to find. I did a little research. He seems to have some bona fides, trained under some good.
Wonder how many of the like superheroes from Hollywood and Highland are going to be there, just learning. I feel like they're like need to up their game. There's too many Spider-Men for them to not have skills at this point.
Yeah, they have to start like actually climbing shit and like learning parkour. It's like we need we need the Hulk to actually deadlift. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you taken martial arts before?
When I was a kid for a long time.
Yeah.
And I've just been obsessed with him. I did a year of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in New York when I was like in
Cool.
my 20s.
Nice.
Nice. And then I've done some light kickboxing like in the cardio way here.
Yeah, yeah. It's always pretty
Not
fun.
in a combative way, but I'm excited to get into martial arts again.
Yeah, that'll
Hell
be
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I think it is about that point in our lives where you're like, okay, what do I like love?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me get
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to
What do
that.
you love? And also, like, I truly am a believer in, like, you aren't ever really too old, except I have given up breakdancing, but you aren't too old to learn most things. Like, I learned how to skateboard after I was 30. I read all the Harry Potters after I was 30.
Same.
Yeah.
I just got super into Bruce Springsteen after I was 30.
But that's when you get into Bruce Springsteen. Like he's wasted on you're in your 20s.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
in your 20s, you're like born in the USA, ha ha, patriotism. Wait, what's this song actually about? I'm 30 now. Wait a second. This is kind of disparaging against the American dream. Interesting, Bruce. Yeah. I just ran a half marathon at 37 and 300 pounds. Like that.
shit,
Yeah,
that's
it's like I
amazing.
just like have to start doing things that I've always wanted to do now. Because it also
Absolutely.
feels like it's certainly not going to be easier in a
No.
couple of years.
No, you're the youngest you're ever going to be.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Every day. For
And
sure.
I also feel like new things will keep presenting themselves.
Right, that's what keeps happening to me too. Yeah, I find I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
yeah.
Oh man, speaking of people ruining things, me and Tess went to like a WGA panel thing,
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
and
Oh my God.
you know, full of professional people.
It was a nice event.
a nice event where the guy sitting next to me, the seat's open next to me for like half of it. This guy walks in and sits there halfway through.
Oh, no.
Pops off those shoes.
Takes them off completely barefoot.
He is barefoot
Yeah.
for the whole panel.
Yeah.
He starts picking his skin on his arm.
Yeah.
And like, I noticed it. I didn't tell Tess because I was like, she doesn't need to know about this.
No, no.
And I have the worst
True
poker
friend.
face.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was like this like serious event, and by the when I finally saw it, I couldn't stop looking at Babs. Like, this isn't great for radio, but like imagine me just contorting my face. And,
Yeah,
like,
it was just, and it wasn't like he was just barefoot. He was like like curling his toes up and like moving his feet
Yes.
around.
He's probably a feature writer. He's not used to being around other people.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if he was in a writer's room, that behavior would be pounded out of you, and unless you were the showrunner.
Oh,
you'd be
he
like,
Totally.
for sure. It was just God. He
part
was
of my
driving me
process.
insane.
Also, I think people sometimes do shit like that too, just to have like this weird thing where it's like I'm in control. Like, no one's gonna tell me what to do. This is what I want to do here, and it's like that's just an insane way to live your life.
I came very close to being like, excuse me, like we're in public. Could you please put your shoes on?
distracting.
It was really gross.
Once
And
you
then,
saw
then
it-
I couldn't like stop looking at it. And he really wanted to ask a question at the end. I'm like, really, I wish we had heard what his fucking question was because he was like dying to ask something.
Was he raising a foot to ask the question? Just like, excuse me, one toe in the air.
Tarantino directed the Q&A.
I think the bending of the toes was what
That was
disturbed
the
me
worst
the most.
part.
It was like he would do this thing where he would like
Real
kind of-
long toes?
They were pretty long, and he would just kind of bend and straighten, and straighten. Yeah.
I'm kind of doing it now. That's weird. That's a weird behavior.
Like
That's
out in the world is rough.
Yeah.
Did you guys see somebody posted a video of someone on an airplane? And there's always these things, people bare feet on their planes, like fucking with other people. They were scrolling through the screen with their toes.
Yeah, they were choosing a movie with their feet. No. Yes. I had never seen it before.
Yes.
Can you imagine
No.
the person next to you doing that shit?
No.
That's a nightmare. That's like a true nightmare.
Why does it happen on planes? Like, what happens to people with their...
It's truly, we are dehumanized to
Yeah.
a degree that when you get on the plane, like, haven't you ever just been on a plane and been like, what the fuck? Just put your bag in the thing, man.
Yeah.
You're like just watching someone, then you're like, why do I care?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think it just beats you to a certain, I mean, this is so, obviously people have way worse issues in life than having to fly. But like, they just don't give a fuck about you. So they dehumanize. So when you're on there, you're like, yeah, I'm going to eat this fucking bowl of dog shit off the floor. Thank you, mister. Like they give you, like, you're like, can I please have, I just need a small bag of nuts. And they're like, here you go. You're like, thank you. Like, I'm a piece of shit. It's cost me $900. I'm a piece of shit. Like the moment you pay for a flight, you were just treated like shit. The second you walk in the door, they're like, sir, please, hats off, shoes off, belts off. Yeah, man.
Sit here, turn that off, do that. Yeah.
And then, of course, when you get on there, you're like, fuck it. I'm using my feet on this fucking thing.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like worse than a covered wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, once you're taken off, what are they going to do? They're not going to ground the plane for you because you're using your foot on the screen.
Do you guys remember this news story? Our friend was on this flight when the standard poodle ate a bologna sandwich and then wouldn't stop shitting.
Yes, they had to land it.
My friend was on that flight.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, it smelled
It shit
so
so
bad.
much, and they ran out of paper towels. It had like it was just running up and down. Apparently, this is what I heard. It was like running up and down the aisles, just spraying shit.
And people were puking because it was like the
stunk
Sandlot.
so
Like people
bad.
couldn't stop puking because of all the dog shit.
Gross.
That rules.
Wait, is that the Sandlot or is that
Stand by me.
Stand by Me?
Excuse me, is it Stand By Me with the
No. They're puking in the Sandlot when they're on the rides.
With lard ass. Oh, okay, it's a different.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
same,
carnival
same
scene.
That's
kind of
when they
sense.
take the chewing tobacco on the,
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
ride, yes. But lard ass is boom, bada, boom, bada, yeah. And also, it's technically also in Goonies, right? Like Chunk tells the story. He's like, everyone's puking on everyone. My friend's puking on girlfriends. Yeah. Holy shit, that's a lot of media we had at that age of child where
Wait.
it's like people are going to throw up
Is
on
there
each other.
puking in heavyweights?
Oh,
haven't seen
I don't
Heavyweights.
remember.
I'm sure.
feels like there is,
puking
right?
was
It was big.
Very 90s, along with
puking was to the 90s as quicksand was to the 60s.
Sure.
yeah.
Like quicksand is not in anything anymore, but it was in everything for a long time.
Do you think that's when they first discovered quicksand?
Someone it must have just been like a National Geographic article about quicksand, and like every writer or director was like, that sounds crazy. Like in the 90s when everything was about like internet hacking, and like all those movies are like they've got the bank's information. It's like, what? I don't even understand what you're talking about.
All right, we're gonna go hack into a bank. We'll be right back.
Lady to Ladies brought to you in part by Away, makers of world-class luggage. They designed a bag that solved a few old problems like sticky wheels and a few new ones too, like a dead cell phone. It's amazing. It's a travel bag that has a cell phone charger built in it.
Which I need. You know,
Oh,
I
man.
always show up to the airport with like half a batbattery like an idiot. And this has saved me. I
Half
love
a battery.
my
I'm
Away.
like a 7%, you know.
Exact. However you roll, Away has you covered.
You can roll in any direction because of their wheels. Hey.
Hello.
And they're just like gorgeous bags, you know.
Yeah, they're really slick.
really slick and just it's the best. You know, if you need to upgrade your luggage, which I guarantee you do, go to their website right now to get it. You know, all suitcases are made with premium German polycarbonate, unrivaled in strength and impact resistance. The 4 360-degree spinner wheels guarantee a smooth ride. TSA approved combination lock built into the top of the bag to prevent theft. So.
Yeah, and both sizes of the carry-on are available to charge all your cell phones, tablets, e-readers, and anything else that's powered with a USB cord. They have a lifetime warranty, so if anything breaks, they'll fix or replace it to you for life. And they have a 100-day free trial, so live with it, travel with it, vibe with it, Instagram it, hey. And if at any point you decide you don't want it, you return it for a full refund, no questions asked.
I love the suitcase. I use my Away all the time, and you're going to love yours too. For $20 off a suitcase, visit awaytravel.com/lady and use promo code LADY during checkout. That's $20 off a suitcase by going awaytravel.com/lady and use promo code LADY at checkout.
Go get it now. You know you need to charge your phone to listen to our podcast on, you know, the plane. So
Yeah.
There you go.
go there.
Hey, welcome back to Lady. I'm Brandy.
I'm Babs.
I'm Tess.
And we're here with Gabrus.
Hi.
And what are we doing? Oh, yeah, look, we're going to ask you some questions.
Yeah, a little game called Who, What, Where, When, Why.
Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when? Who, what, where, when?
Why? And these are all really serious. And if you
Yeah.
answer them wrong, you have to leave. I mean,
Got
There's a
it.
trap door under you, actually.
If I answer them poorly, I get to leave. I heard.
yeah.
Great.
If you want to say that.
I know how to get out of here now. Perfect.
Okay, number one, who would you like to go to Dave & Buster's with?
Oh shit. Who would I like to go to Dave and Buster's with? That's a great question.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna overanalyze this way too much, but either like, all right, I'll say, if I'm being honest, probably Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Good answer.
No, he'd be fun. Do you think he would be competitive or do you think he would be fun?
Super competitive.
Right? Yeah.
I think a lot of those. I'm obsessed with all those guys from that generation. They're all like really adult boys still.
Yeah.
Like
Super aggro.
Yeah. They think it's like so funny to like roast each other, you know, like, hey, look at this guy, you know.
Yeah.
Me and Arnold would have a good time and we could play like maybe there's a Terminator arcade
That
game,
would be
which
a
would be
fun
a kind of fun
moment.
moment. Be
Do you
worth it.
think he'd be really good I'm picturing him being really good at the shooter games.
Yeah, I think he would be like. I think he would think that video games are stupid. You know, like they're for little boys. You know, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like he's like, you got to get outside and exercise. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I mean, that's the other thing. If I had dinner with Arnold, he'd be like, don't have any more onion rings, man.
Just shaming you the entire time.
Oh, you're painting a whole story here. Like, we roast each other.
I love every
Beautiful night with him.
It turns into an onion ring discussion.
Also, I love in a moment, like my truest fantasy is like, oh yes, I can meet an idol and do something fun with him. I mean, of course, he would make fun of me. And, you know, like, such like the lowest, weirdest version of self-esteem. I know exactly how it would go. He would hate me, and I'd be so happy.
He'd be into all the feats of strength games, though, because there's the
hell
one that's like, we're electrocuting you.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And then there's like a punching bag one, maybe, and shit.
Isn't there a
Yeah.
mallet one?
Oh, yeah.
Whack-a-mole?
Yeah,
I
he'd
would love to see him
whack-a-mole.
get like really pissed at a claw game.
And just
Yes.
shaking it.
He's super short, right?
No, he's pretty tall. He's like 6'2" or something
Wait,
like that. Yeah.
I thought he was a short guy. Oh, maybe.
No, he was big. He's the Austrian oak, baby.
Oh my god. You're blowing my mind. Like my whole life I've thought he was short.
No, Stallone is
6'2",
short.
6'2".
Okay.
Stallone
See, I
Stallone
thought
is short.
Stallone is short. That's why he's like Stallone and Tom Cruise are the short ones.
Okay.
I think Statham is not that tall either, but he's like a different generation.
Statham is not, and someone on the radio the other day was saying Brad Pitt is short, which really blew my mind.
I feel like Brad Pitt is like Tinder 5'10".
So ish.
5'8".
Okay.
Let me get there.
5'8".
5'11". Brad Pitt, 5'11".
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
God,
not short.
did you guys see Once Upon a Time
I'm
in
seeing it
Hollywood?
tonight.
Brad Pitt's a fucking hunk. I won't say no more spoilers.
such a
He's
stud.
aged back into his hunkdom.
It's
I've
insane.
never
that
not
it's
found him
insane.
hunky.
No, me neither. But it's insane that he's 55.
Yeah.
Just you'll see.
So,
DM me right after.
Britney Spears went to the premiere, and she hasn't gone to a premiere in like for fucking ever.
She see Brad?
We don't know,
We
but
hope
she
so.
was obsessed with Brad Pitt. There's this amazing photo of her in like one of the first apartments she like owned when she was a lot younger, and there was a framed photo of her with Brad Pitt on her table. It's like the cutest thing ever.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So sweet.
I know. I hope she saw him.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would be good. Just really like she has like that version of the photo that she did now. Still like terrified.
Yeah.
I feel like that's for sure why they went to that premiere. Is because she had to see Brad.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's not showing up to any other ones.
Yeah. What's the point of being famous if you don't get to see Brad Pitt?
I have not. I've never seen him in person. But some people, I think he like lived in Los Feliz, Franklin area. So people
The
would see him.
Gelsons. He goes to that Gelsons a lot.
Oh,
But
really?
He used to be Franklin, yeah.
I think he lives up in the hills there. Like
I used
the
to
Bronson
live-
Canyon Hills.
I used to live the canyon over from Bronson,
Yeah.
and I would see Johnny Knoxville all the time. And he is a hottie too.
He's really hot.
He was sort of on my gay for a day list for like a decade.
Right?
Yeah. He like for a formative decade of like 20 through 30. I was always like, this guy's so fucking hot.
Yeah.
He's like
and
just
funny and just good at pranks.
And he's fun, yeah. Like, and he likes
saw
getting
him
kicked
be-
in the dick. You know?
I saw him be a good dad at a restaurant once too, and I was like, God
now-
damn it, you're everything.
My ovaries just dropped. That's so exciting.
He was just like giving his daughter a hard time, and then but being adorable about it. And I was like, oh, you're a good dad.
he
That
would
makes
be
me so happy.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is
adorable.
I'm just thinking of celebrities. I just found out that I live next to Jimmy Buffett's daughter.
That's huge.
Leo Dio's dad and Jimmy
Dio's
Buffett's
dad lived around the corner. He just sold his house, and then Jimmy Buffett's daughter lives like 2 houses up.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
Why?
I
I don't know. I just I'm like, that's
why it
awesome.
is
And I was
either.
like, wait, is it?
What are you?
Back off. That was hyperbole on my part. But it is cool.
yeah.
I mean, let's think. What are we going to use this for? And my first thought is free margaritas.
You love
I mean,
it?
it feels right.
I love
Yeah.
a chain,
She
although
loves
I
it.
hate Margaritaville.
It is one of the weaker chains.
It's disgusting.
It's
We
a-
we went like when we first went to Vegas to see Magic
I
Mike.
went to Vegas. The Vegas. Jimmy
one.
Buffett.
It's so bad.
It's
Yeah.
so gross. The margaritas are awful
They
there.
were
It's,
just-
How do you fuck it up? It's called Margaritaville.
it's so funny that the margaritas are bad. there.
We got like the like deal, and it was undrinkable. We were like,
we
I can't
left
finish this.
alcohol
Gross.
on the table.
In Vegas. Damn.
Yes, it
Where you
was-
can take it wherever you want.
Yeah.
And you still were like, fuck this.
Was
Yeah.
it too sweet? Too sweet?
It's like the
Not
neon
enough-
green margarita, you know,
It was just,
like
like,
a gun
nasty.
margarita. It was so
Ugh.
bad.
It had the same, that shitty hand soap that they use in bathrooms?
Yeah, yeah,
It was
yeah.
like if you mix that with tequila.
Ooh.
Not even
Delicious.
good
I will
hand
say
soap.
that was our first time going to see Magic Mike. We've learned.
We know to do it
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
You've seen Magic Mike multiple times based on
Yeah.
social media, is my guess.
4
Based-
times.
Based on
just based on our own.
no, based on me following your social media.
Oh, yeah. At least four. At least four.
5, I think.
I
Yeah.
saw
4 or
Thunder
5.
from Down Under, but never saw Magic Mike. I
Oh
think
my
if
God.
I go
Different,
back,
Gotta
I'd go
go.
see
totally
Magic.
different experience.
Thunder from Down Under was bad.
Yeah. Magic Mike Live is like one of the best things you can ever go to.
Here's my Magic Mike Live question. I
Yes.
feel like I'm in good company asking this. Is it sort of like very heteronormative, or are they? Is there?
No.
Because I
No,
found
what do
that
you
was
mean?
I went with gay guys and my wife to
Mm-hmm.
Thunder from Down Under, and everything was like, ladies, let's get the ladies. And I know that's like part of it, but it's like there's visibly dudes in the crowd, and it's
Right.
like, and it felt like almost like
I would say it is kind of catered to women.
Right.
They actually
Yeah.
kind of make it a female empowerment like show.
oh yeah, because there's a
Yes.
plot line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
That's what the
it
show's
is-
about,
It is
yeah.
like that, but I think they do come around to the guys and dance with them.
Right.
And
They
stuff
get,
like that.
they like, our friend went and he got a lap dance from one of
All
the guys.
they,
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
need to, like, Thunder from Down Under doesn't even reference it. Like, you know, they're not even like, it's never even said like, we got some dudes in the crowd too.
Oh,
and it's
no,
like,
They do.
Yeah.
They do
Yeah,
say hi
yeah,
to the
yeah.
dude.
They
Like,
call
I
him
think they
out.
make him feel included. But like, what's great about I think the Magic Mike franchise in general,
I'm
is,
obsessed with the Magic Mike franchise. by the
You know
way.
what
Joe
I mean?
Manganiello, still on
We
my
love him.
Still on
We
my
love
GFD
him.
list.
Beautiful.
Oh my god, him and
Perfect, man.
Sophia are just like the most beautiful couple.
Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I've said this in too many different podcast environments, but I feel like I need to say it here. So, I came to the list is Manganiello and Vergara and Dave Franco and Alison Brie are the 2 sex tapes I would pay for.
That's fair.
If I could like make a celebrity sex tape leak via funds, I would use all my money for one of those 2 couples.
Yeah, they're both just
They're
good
2
list.
different types of couples.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like,
I
like
think-
big big like statuesque freaks and then like tiny gorgeous elves.
Yes.
I just think that like Joe and Sophia are so hot that I wouldn't want to see their sex tape because I would be like, oh, this is life. Life could be like that.
You have to return to your plebeian
It'd probably
ways.
be too good.
Yeah. Oh,
you
I
know?
wonder if are they both just so attractive they've never had to be good at sex.
No,
you
because
know?
she's like Latin.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And
And he's Joe Manganiello. I mean, there's no way he's bad at sex.
Well, and he
He's-
was super
there's-
nerdy for a long time.
He
so
still
had
is.
to
He
work,
still
he had
plays
to work
D&D.
for it,
Yeah,
though.
he's
So he,
so
like,
good.
he
You know
plays
what I mean?
D&D, which
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
me
Have
like
you
him even
played
more.
with him?
No.
No, I haven't. But a friend of a friend plays with him, and they played touch football with him the other and I couldn't go, and I was like, and my buddy was like, Joe Manganiello showed up to that. I was like, oh my god. I can't become friends with him though because if he like listens to a podcast I'm on, it comes up way too frequently.
This is just me speculating on just his famous persona, but I kind of feel like he'd be cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he might.
I get the
be.
impression
know,
that
it was
he
funny.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd have a sense of humor
He's
about
not
it.
like uber famous. He's not like even. I mean, Sophia is definitely more famous and more working more. But I don't think he doesn't come across as a guy who's like detached from reality. I feel like he's not
No.
like being ushered everywhere he goes in like a helicopter. and
No,
stuff. Like,
as
those
much as
people-
he's a household name to us.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, he's like a nerd from Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, he put his time in. He's good.
He's a giant, and I love it.
Thank God for him.
Beautiful.
That sequence in Magic Mike 2 is
Ooh.
absolutely the
Oscars.
best.
The convenience store?
Yeah.
This is
Oh
why
my
the
God.
Oscars are
Yeah.
bullshit, because that was clearly the best sequence. That was the best movie.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the
The
best
Oscars are
everything.
bullshit because Mission Impossible Fallout didn't win for they're just doing the craziest shit ever in a movie.
Yeah.
That's got to win for something. We got to give stunts or effects or something's got to start winning.
Yeah.
Do
Because
that's
stunts
what
really
movies
not
are.
have? They should have a
Stunts have
category.
like their own award, but like
Oh,
they don't
right.
have a
They
category.
don't have a
at the-
category.
which is
That's
such bullshit
so
because like
crazy.
it's their sound mixing and sound editing. No offense, but there's but there's also like fucking stuntmen and stunt people are doing crazy ass shit and like
Yes.
and,
Truly insane.
and there's nothing more cinematic than like practical effects. Like computer effects is not as like for the Academy, which is all about like
Right.
like the power of movies, the romance of movies. It's like fucking throw some stunt people. There should be casting Emmys and whatchamacallit, Oscars too.
Yeah,
that's like
for
a fucking
sure.
hell of a job
That's
to pick
crazy
put
that
a
there's
casting.
not that.
Yeah.
But like stunts especially is performance.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just as much as the actor
You're
in an
risking your
action
life.
movie.
And imagine that portion where they show the sizzle reel at the Oscars, and it's like best stunts, and it's like see Mission Impossible, see Tom Cruise flying a helicopter, see this person,
Yeah.
it's like that's fucking cool as hell.
Man,
Yeah.
that would be a really fun job.
Should we protest, you guys?
Yeah.
The Oscars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's protest and be like, oh, and also shut down the detention centers if you get a chance, but mostly make sure that the stuntmen get an Oscar.
like that.
Double-sided signs.
And
They
women.
can serve two purposes.
When anyone goes by, flip it around.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, don't worry about it. Don't
put
worry
on
about
like pink pussy hats. No, we're doing good stuff too.
it. We're multifaceted. We have lots of things we care about.
We are multi-dimensional human beings. We need stunts, pussy hats, and close these detention centers.
Yeah. Remember like one of the Game of Thrones like behind the scenes thing? They did the biggest they burned the most people in like a one scene burn of like all time. It was like something crazy, like 35 people they set on fire at once for like a crazy scene. And I'm like,
wow.
give
Shit.
them something for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're watching it and you're like, oh God, there's just like 30 people on fire right now.
But also, I'm just thinking from the point of view of the stunt people,
Yeah.
like, how fun.
Yeah.
Because they have like everything they need to do that stunt the best way. They have the budget. They have like the people that are going to really help them like narrow it in. So they just get to dream of like setting themselves on fire, and they have a feasible way of doing it.
Yeah.
Tess, I
wonder-
could definitely see you being a stunt person.
I want my sister to be
doubt.
one.
Yeah.
My sister's like
A skydiver?
she's a skydiver. She's a sword swallower. She looks like a movie star. I'm like, you could be.
She could totally do
Totally
that.
does.
Yeah, you could be Megan Fox's stunt person.
Oh, totally.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Marlena, if you're listening, let's talk about this.
What a humbling moment to find out your sister doesn't listen to your podcast.
Please don't. We only want strangers to listen to this. We don't need any close
family.
family.
I know whenever my
Family.
friends are like, how do I listen to your podcast? I'm like, don't. Just
Yeah.
talk to me in person, please.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
going to hate
like,
me.
how do you ask that question in 2019?
I
There's
know.
10,000 ways to listen.
Just Google it.
I'm saying it says more about my friends than anything else.
Yeah, my uncle, because I was like, it was that moment of like, I was trying to assert myself. I'm like, I have a podcast. It's actually great. You know, I'm able to like make some money on it. And it's like a thing. But in doing that, he was like, well, I want to listen to it. And I was like, oh,
You're like, actually, you know what? You can't hear it. It's like, doesn't fit in your ear range.
sorry.
So, yeah.
And he handed me his iPhone. He was like, show me how to. And I just went, no.
You just
Not gonna happen.
That's when you just pull up This American Life and you're like, there you go.
I do
That's
this
me.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful. Another touching episode,
My voice
Tess.
sounds really different on this, but
Yeah, I'm actually Ira Glass.
yeah.
That's my stage name.
Ira Glass is my character. I did him on Comedy Bang Bang once, and then spun off. And I got to do-
It's my Larry with a
Glass
cable guy.
does sound like a fake. Like a
He sounds
character
fake,
name.
and also every single dude on an
NPR,
NPR
yeah.
podcast sounds like Ira Glass.
Yeah. Well, there's like the NPR voice, and then also NPR names are often
They're insane.
polysyllabic.
Yes.
Like there's always like a hyphen, and then like someone always goes by their middle name too. It's like as many names or as many letters we can fit in there. That's what that person has.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we ask another question?
Yes.
Or
Let's
thing?
do one more.
That was a long.
What?
Yeah. Long story
great.
short, Arnold.
Okay, that's
Arnold.
well, you
Perfect.
answered correctly. Well
Yes. Great. You
It'd be great. We
stay.
edit it all down to just like one word answers. Like,
Arnold.
what are we doing here?
done. Why do they do this?
Yeah, nothing fun here. Nothing fun here. Delete this. Delete. You guys going over. Delete all this. Delete all this. Just get the part where he says Arnold. Now delete the rest. Delete that.
Just good editing. What is the most important trait in a person?
Ooh. Okay. My joke answer is to be okay with just splitting the bill, not item by item.
Oh, yes.
That's like just an important trait in being my friend.
Yes.
Is being okay with eating $12 to $20 at a dinner if we're all
Totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Does that include drinks? Is my
if a
question.
person's not drinking,
Yeah.
that's where the only exception I give is like for
Okay.
sober people who don't drink, pregnant people. You're like, okay,
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
of course not. That's an extra like $30.
right,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, because the counter argument I always say is like, if you're like one of those people who's like, well, I can't afford to go out to dinner because it's like crazy. I'm like, I totally get that, man. Let's go out another time then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stay home. Like,
And I will say, if it's like one person got a drink and then one person got a soda, it's still a split in half
Yep.
situation.
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
if
If it's a 1-on-1, yeah.
Yeah.
if I don't drink, I still pay
So do
for
I.
other because I would. I want the karma of being able to drink whenever.
That's how I feel. Because, I mean, that's the whole great part about the arrangement is sometimes it's like sometimes you pay a little more, sometimes you pay a little less.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what's an important trait in another person, or what was the
Yeah.
question?
What's the most important trait in a
What's the
person?
most important? The ability to laugh in general, and then I would say like focusing on at yourself, at oneself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just if someone can't have a sense of humor about them. I mean, I rarely am around people who don't have a sense of humor anymore, and then everyone like when you do, and you just like fucking the brakes are on. You're
world
like,
just
and I'm like,
stops.
what is your life like?
Yeah.
It's like
Miserable.
it's fine if you're not actually a funny person. Like that's completely reasonable. I'd rather hang out with more people that don't consider themselves to be funny, and just laugh, just enjoy yourself, just see that like it's not. People who take themselves too seriously, I guess, like whatever the opposite of that is the best trait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I think that part of being able to evolve as a person has to be laughing at yourself.
Yeah.
Because that way it's like a way that you can look at your flaws and like do something about them. Whereas if you're serious about it, you're probably not going to change.
Yeah, or it's just like it becomes unbearable. Like you're too mean to
Yeah.
yourself, or you're too much self-hate.
I was thinking about
dig
that.
into
Like, why are we so hard on ourselves? Why is everyone so hard on themselves?
Because you can be. I think it's like
You
how
have
you're
control of
shitty
it.
to your family. Because they're
Right.
like an extension of you. Like you're meaner to your family than you would be to your friends. Like you're the ultimate family of yourself.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
gotta
it's-
shut the fuck up.
It's just
self.
Exactly.
familiarity. Then you
Yeah,
think?
like you're the most familiar with yourself, so you're the easiest person to be mean
Yeah,
to.
and it's like writing roast jokes. Like you know what will hurt yourself.
But then why?
Yes.
Like, you're
but
like,
then
I'm so
why
close-
is your default like being mean? Not default, but you know what I mean. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like why we're so. If we look at a picture of ourselves that we don't like and we're so like mean, you know what? It's just so.
Well, there's
strange
also
to
like
me.
there's also sort of like imagine someone showed you a picture of yourself and you went, "Oh, I look great in that."
Yeah.
Or you showed you a picture and someone was like, "Oh, I look great in that." You'd be like, "Okay,
Yeah,
all
that's
right."
true.
Like, and it's
Take
such a
it
weird thing because it's like
easy.
we don't even want other people to not hate themselves,
Right,
Because
right.
we hate ourselves so much that it's like, no, don't.
Yeah.
I'm like taking all these fucking pictures. What do you think? You're gorgeous. The people are like, yeah, that's. I believe that I'm an attractive human being. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the. Now I feel bad. Yeah, that's a different vibe. 'Cause I'm with you, Babs. I don't understand. because it is instinctively that, but also it goes the other way too. Like I want to say like, oh, be positive about myself, but when someone else is positive about themselves, I'm also like immediately.
Yes.
There's a line to ride.
Did comedy do that to us? Like if I'm like doing comedy from like just trying to find the edge all the time, is like did that to you, or is that like society does that to it?
I
Like,
think society, and I think it does come from the place of like, no, we all decided we're going to be mean to ourselves. Like, you got to join me here. Like, I already, you know, like, I'm going to be critical of myself. So if someone doesn't do it, it does kind of put you in a weird position.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it also like it's you feeling like you have a weird control over yourself too. It's like if I'm the meanest to myself, then no one else is really being mean to me either.
Right. Well, that's me for sure. I'm like self-deprecating to head off stuff at the past where I'm like, I know I'm fat. Relax, assholes. I'll
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's a
trust me.
defensive thing.
Yeah. I'll get
All right,
ahead of
everyone,
it.
sit down. I know I'm fat. They're like, okay, what?
We weren't
You're just a
gonna-
substitute teacher at our high school.
Wait, did you use the substitute teacher?
No, this is my future plan. This is 5 years from now.
I was going to say skydiving substitute teaching. I get it. Yeah.
Like your intro line is, sit down, everyone, I know I'm fat.
I'm Mr. Gabrus. Yes, laugh about it now. Yes, I'm fat. And of course, I have pit stains. All right. Open up your fucking books.
When I used to substitute teach, the kids would go, yo, Miss Barker, you blaze it, huh? You blaze it. And I would laugh and go, no.
So awesome.
Those kids knew.
I hosted an MTV show called The Substitute, where I was a fake substitute teacher that then would surprise the students that they were actually on a game show.
Nice.
And my brother was an actual substitute at the time, and then he came into class and he wrote Mr. Gabrus when he was subbing for like a 4th grade, 5th grade class, and they were like, "Oh, are you the substitute?" And my brother is so. He texts me. He's like, my brother's a substitute teacher. He got his master's in education. His brother plays one on TV, makes his teacher's salary in like one season of it. You know, it's like the mean. And he's like, and now everyone knows who you are. And I'm so sorry, man. Poor teachers.
Oh, damn.
Like, oh no, I'm not an actual substitute teacher. I make way more money than that bullshit.
Ugh, gross.
Yikes. I'm in Hollywood.
We're going to go take some attendance, guys. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Hey, if you like listening to the podcast, come see us do comedy live. In September, I'll be in Portland doing Spec Script on September 8th. I'll be in Salem, Oregon, September 6th and 7th at Capital City Theater. And I'll be doing some other shows around Portland, like the week of the 8th. So come see that. And then I'll be in Denver for High Plains Comedy Festival at the end of September 27th through 29th. So there I am.
Hell yeah. And then second Saturday of every month, I am doing Picture This here in Los Angeles. It's always a real good time. Get those tickets ahead of time. It's picturethis.nightout.com, I believe, or it's on my website as well. Also, I'm going to be all over the Southeast for the last 2 weeks of October with Lisa Curry. We're going to be co-headlining, putting that tour all together now, but for sure going to be in Jacksonville on October 31st, and then Gainesville doing Fest on November 1st and 2nd. Figuring out the rest of those dates right now, but you hear about that. But follow me on Bands in Town if you happen to use that app, because I post a lot of my tour dates and stuff on there.
Ooh. And I'll be in LA for the most part for the end of the summer. Always follow me on Twitter. I tweet out my shows usually the day of. And you can also, I'll plug my play that I wrote.
Yeah.
Do you work at a school? Are you a drama teacher? Do you work at a community theater? Do my play. I'm so excited. It's on playscripts.com. It's called Showdown at Palm Tree Pines. It's a slapstick comedy about a bunch of old people. I'm really proud of it. It's really funny. Check it out. Put it in your season this year.
Yeah, thanks, y'all.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey, we're doing some really fun stuff over at our Patreon these days.
Oh my God, always.
If you're a curious kind, go over there and check it out at patreon.com/lady2lady. We've got tiers for, anything you could want. If you do $2 a month, you'll get ad-free episodes every Wednesday.
We know you guys love our ads, but in case you want to get to the rest of the show a little bit quicker, curve. That's fine. $2 a month, we'll get that taken care of. What they'll do is it'll send you a different link that you can pop into your, whatever you listen to your podcast on, and just go through it that way. And then for $5 a month, you get the ad-free episodes plus a monthly bonus episode that we do. We just recorded a pretty fun one where we ate a bunch of snacks from 7-Eleven.
Sometimes we go on adventures. We do solo segments. We do topic episodes. The world is your oyster when you're at a $5 level.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of whatever we choose. We ask you guys for suggestions, and we do those as well. It's a really good time. And then at the $10 a month, you will get access to our top secret session, which is this awesome bonus episode we do with every episode with the guest. Comes out every Friday. It's, like 15, 20 minutes. And we just kind of talk about stuff that's too hot for the feed, or something we want to talk about that we didn't want the public to have access to.
Yeah, unless they paid us. Unless they paid us $10.
We are for sale, and our secrets are yours for $10 a month.
Plus, you get the ad-free episodes. Plus, you get the monthly bonus episode. That's a lot more lady to lady for the price of what, like 2 coffees at a fancy restaurant?
Yeah, and we've been doing live streams for our $10 people. The monthly bonus episode, ad-free episodes, all that stuff, and you also get access to our first 100 to 100 lady 100 to 100
100 to 100.
her first 100 to 100 lady episodes, which I will say, episode number 100 was boyfriend to boyfriend. That one's hidden behind.
I love that episode.
Behind
I want that episode.
When our boyfriends, my boyfriend at the time,
Tessa's husband. No.
Yeah, Tessa's husband.
Two of them are no longer boyfriends.
Yeah.
They just, we left them to their devices and made them answer questions about us. Oh, it was great.
Yes.
Yeah,
really good time.
That was one of my favorite moments.
That was really fun. It was so funny, us giggling on the other side of the door, and we made them do. At one point we were like, "I'll give you tea." We were like, "Hey, do fuck, marry, kill." And
then we let them squirm for 3 seconds, and then we were like, "Just kidding."
we left it. We recorded the questions for them. It was really good.
We were there, Bosley. It was pretty great.
So and then if you do $20 a month or more, you actually get to jump on a Discord channel with us. We chat in there. We send pictures of the McFlurries we're all eating. We send pictures of our pets. We all just have chats, with everybody.
Yeah.
We actually we just took a bunch of amazing JCPenney portraits.
Yes.
We just sent all of our fourth lady members these special packets with notes and with candy and these weird pictures that we took.
Our own parents didn't get these.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an insane care package.
Yes.
We had a folder that had a dog working out,
With abs.
Yeah, with abs. Just lots of good stuff.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Plus, you get the ad-free episodes, plus the bonus episode, plus the top secret session every single week.
So you guys, look, we love you. We can't tell you how much your support means to us. And hey, if you really can't become a patron, why not just check out one of the products that we have an ad for? Tell a friend about the show. Review us. Your support keeps the show going, and it really means the world to us.
It does. So yeah, go check it out. Patreon.com/lady2lady. And thanks again. We'll get back to the show. Hey, we're back. I'm Babs.
I'm Brandy.
I'm Tess.
And we're with Gabrus.
Hi.
And Garth is still here. He's okay.
He loves podcasts.
Garth is definitely okay. This behavior is
he's
completely
flopping.
not normal for him. I've never seen him act like this before, but I'm sure he's okay.
It's fine. It's fine. It's very low energy today, which is great. How do you feel about giving advice, John?
Oh, it's my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I have had done enough different things in my life, and am old enough now and honest enough with myself and strangers that I'm okay. I enjoy
This is
giving
a great
advice.
answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
We saw that during that panel that we saw, it was this one director said something really interesting where she was like, if you're ever sitting there being worried about oh God, where's this thing going to go in this movie? Where should this go in the series? All I have to think about is a male executive being like, what's your opinion on this? And she's like, because I love giving my opinion, then I can say it. But if it's self-critical, I can't figure it out. But if she's pretending that someone else is asking her opinion about something, she's very vocal.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a little trick.
Yeah, so that's how I feel about kind of advice sometimes, because we're all yeah, I got this. Even though if it was for me, I'd be like, what do I do?
Right. Yeah. If it was me, my wife would be like, just buy the pants. I'd be like, I'm not sure. But if it's someone else, I'm like, look, here's what you definitely need to do. I'm giving advice about having children. I'm a childless 40-year-old.
Yeah.
It's so fun to organize other people's closets.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
because you get to leave.
Yes.
Or like exercise programs. Like I'm an old school meathead, so like I'd be like, oh, you know what you should be doing? It's like, I'm fat and sweaty, going, you know what you should be doing for exercise? People are like, please.
What's your squat routine, bro? Come on.
You got to be doing back squat twice a week. Front squat is accessory work, bro.
Accessory work.
If you want our advice, send it to us at ladytolitycomedy@gmail.com.
Lady problems. Lady problems. Lady problems. Do you have them? Lady problems. Do you have them? People have them.
These are lady problems. Hi, ladies. Thank you in advance for helping with this problem. I listen to you guys every day at work. I'm binging old episodes. It's kind of lengthy, so bear with me. I think she means the problem, not our podcast.
Yeah.
Bear with me as I read my review of your podcast. Hey.
My boyfriend and I have been together for a few years now. In the last 1.5 years, I've been very upset with one of his friends. His friends all grew up with each other, so they are very close-knit. A few months into our relationship, one of his friend's sister, who's also part of the group, started being very flirty with my boyfriend. I let it go on for a few months before I brought it up with him because I thought it was all in my head. At this time, I had gained a lot of weight, so my self-confidence was down and it started to really bother me. I have a lot of anxiety and depression, so I don't know if I'm making this a lot worse in my head than it actually is. Her and I were friends, would get Mexican food and get our nails done, but always seemed like she was only hanging out with me to talk to him. She was turning 21 and invited him and her brother to go out with her and her college friends 3 hours away and never invited me. It really upset me. I ended up going, but I had to invite myself. There were times she would ask him to go to a concert with her and her girlfriends and never asked me. One time she asked me to go to Mexican food with her and another couple and asked if my boyfriend was coming, and I said no, he didn't want to. So she proceeded to call and text him to try and convince him.
Whoa.
That pissed me off because if he says no to me, he shouldn't be persuaded by another girl. But he was, so we all went. After the dinner was over, the girl from the other couple told me it seemed like I was the third wheel because he and her talked so much and ignored me. Yikes. There was a point where my boyfriend canceled our date because she invited everyone out to drinks knowing I wouldn't go. There was a point where my boyfriend canceled our date night because she invited everyone out for drinks knowing I wouldn't go. Whenever I'm around both of them, he gives all of his attention to her and it feels like he forgets I'm even there. Okay, well, of all things, listen to that sentence.
Yeah, lead with that one.
I have brought this up to him, and we've had many, many fights over this, and he just doesn't see it. He says they're just good friends and so on. I've confronted her about it, and she just says she has a very flirty personality, which is fine, but not when it comes to my husband.
Wait, they're married?
I think she says boyfriend the rest of the time.
Okay.
I'm gonna say boyfriend
Okay.
probably.
Okay.
Me, yeah.
I don't know. The final straw was when I was having dinner with my boyfriend's sister, and she said, "It's weird. Everyone always thought they would end up together," referring to this girl and my boyfriend. Oh my God, this is a fucking nightmare.
True nightmare.
I deleted her from social media and stopped talking to her. I didn't block her because I didn't want that to be her excuse for not reaching out. She could always text me, Facebook message me, hell, even fucking tweet me, but never has. When I deleted her, instead of asking me why I was mad, she texted my boyfriend about it, which caused a shitstorm. Since deleting her out of my life, it actually has helped the relationship between my boyfriend and I. She has asked multiple of our mutual friends why I'm upset, but has never once tried to reach out to me, and it has been almost a year. I avoid going out with all of our friends when she goes because I do not want to be ignored, and I see them all being friendly. See them being all friendly. So it is straining on my relationship with all of my friends because they're all mutual to this girl. I'm not the only one who has had tiffs with her, but I'm the only one she hasn't reached out to. At this point, if she reaches out, I'm going to be upset because it's been a year and I feel like if she cared, she would have reached out sooner. It's to the point where anyone mentions her name and my blood boils. It seems like everyone puts her on a high pedestal for no reason, and I'm furious. I just need to know how I'm supposed to deal with her shit. Am I crazy? Do I let her reach out to me? How do I not lose mutual friends over this? Oh my God. This is horrible.
Okay. I feel
There's
like
a couple things going on.
a few things, but I feel like the biggest issue is the dude.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to be able to say to the freshly 21-year-old girl, the friend's sister, whatever. He has to be able to say to her, like, look, she just doesn't get what our dynamic is, so we have to change our dynamic.
Yeah.
Or you have to say, I want to be able to act like that around with my friend, and if you don't like that, then we need to break up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, like-
those are the two options.
That's the choice.
It's brutal to like go down to that binary, but it really is like if he's not willing to go like, hey, change your behavior slightly because it's clearly bothering your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's it sounds like extended periods of time.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. And I would be like, my first thing would normally be like, just talk to your boyfriend, because as a man, I'm sure he doesn't even realize he's doing that. But if you've already spoken to him multiple times,
They've had fights
and the
over it?
behavior hasn't changed,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like the biggest advocate of like, platonic friendships and people being able to like feel comfortable having those kind of relationships. And that's not what this is. Like you've communicated that you're uncomfortable with that dynamic. And this girl's going out of her way to make her feel shitty.
Yeah.
But I've known some girls that are and men, I should say, but like I'm just using her as an example because that like enjoy the shit stirring, like because
Yeah,
like
the drama
it's
of
like a
it.
tornado attention tornado. Like
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
is like her name's now everyone's text. She gets to text and be like, why won't she communicate back with me? Everyone talk to me.
I'm the
Yeah,
victim.
yeah.
I'm the
It
center
feels
of
like
it.
a very attention centered thing. I think he
Yes.
likes the attention he gets from her.
Of course
when
he
they hang
does.
out,
Yeah.
and then she loves
Yeah.
the attention from him and from the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he canceled a date night with you because
They're all going out.
Because I feel like at the end of the day, like friends are so important to everyone's life, but like your relationship is your relationship, and like you deserve to feel like the number one priority to him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Yeah. End of story. That's a relationship.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
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 If that's like establish that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if that's not the case, then if you're not the other person's priority, which maybe neither of you are, and that's fine, that's like your dynamic, but if you're not the other person's priority and they're your priority, that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when you have to start being like, well, what my priority should be myself now. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, and I think if he could establish that for a while, then maybe that trust would be built together or whatever, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then maybe you would be like okay with letting this girl around, but if you would establish that with him.
Yeah.
But other than that, he's got some shit to prove, I think.
For sure. And also my other
Absolutely.
thing is like, I don't know, I feel like this would be different if this was an old friend of his, but this girl came on the scene like recently.
No, they said
no.
everyone
She's a
said-
friend's sister's.
Sister.
been
Oh, they've
part of
known
it.
each other for a long time?
Yeah, a long
Because
time.
they said they always thought they would end up together. Some other girls.
Oh,
telling
okay,
her that.
sorry,
Yeah.
I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
a lot of it could be in our, and I hate to like gaslight our own, the person who requested, but like, talk to both of the offending parties here, because you might be now, because once you get set on something like that, you once you shade that color in your head, everything shows up that color where you can like, if once I set a certain paradigm in my head, I can make anything fit into it. And I'm not saying that she's wrong in any way. I'm just saying like, maybe like, give him a chance to be better. You know, like maybe some of the stuff, like this plethora of problems was only not as bad as it really was. Like, give it a crack if you want to, but if you don't,
But it kind of seems like how do you think she should talk to them though? Because she talked to the girl and the girl didn't see anything wrong, and then she talked to him. So what did she say?
I don't. What did she say those first times too? Right? Like I don't even know what you would.
yeah.
You kind of have to say like, look, the way you guys act around each other bothers me. I guess, and if you. That makes me a jealous person or whatever, but like it bothers me, and I don't think you should act like that. I'm not saying we can't all be friends. Let's all hang out, but like, let's be
she
honest.
has the evidence there. Someone was like, "Oh, you seem like the third wheel," because it's like,
well, no one's respecting your relationship.
Yeah.
like nobody is. And, like that's super gaslighty. It's real. It
feels like Midsommar.
Yeah, absolutely.
Midsommar. I've never heard anyone say it like that.
Yeah, I've definitely said it wrong.
That's how it's spelled, though.
Yeah,
it feels like it should be that.
Put it on the list of words I mispronounce.
This is a real ant moment for me, but for like the first 2 weeks of that movie, I thought it was an adaptation of Midsummer Night's Dream.
It's not that crazy.
It's not.
That's
Okay.
pretty
I can
anti.
see it.
Okay, right?
But I enjoy
It's pretty
it.
anti, yeah.
But it's like the fun ant.
Oh, well, that's me. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And what does the fun ant always say? It's I am the fun ant.
That's a moment where you can be confident. When
Right.
you know you're the fun ant, you know you're the fun
Oh,
ant.
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My Spidey vibes, I'm just kind of like not liking how this guy's reacting to her bringing this up.
Yeah.
And I think that unfortunately people do oftentimes in these situations have a tendency to blame the other person aside from the person they're in a relationship with.
Right. Blaming the
Very much so.
21-year-old girl, blaming
Yeah.
the sister when really the real party at fault is your partner.
I
in
think
that
so. Because it's
situation.
easier to look at that as like an exterior problem, whereas like your relationship is a more immediate issue that needs to be dealt with.
Right. And if you told him specifically behavior bothers you and he doesn't do it, like that's stuff that you like train out of like an animal.
Yes.
Like, and if it's a human being, like if they can't be empathetic to how you're feeling, then you got to, find someone who does prioritize how you feel.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. And I don't think that you need to be friends with this girl. No. I mean, she knows why you're not friends with her.
If you want to stay with him, you might need to be friends with her.
You think so?
You might need to be allowed to be at the
Friendly.
same things.
Definitely allowed to be at the same thing.
You have to be like cordial enough to be at the same things. It's like we don't really get along, but because if you want to stay together, because if you say he can't ever see her again, that's just like that's what I think the friend sister wants.
Yeah.
Yes, don't do that. Don't do that.
The friend
Yeah,
sister
yeah.
wants that for attention purposes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I wonder, like, it sounds like you are a part of like his old friend group. Like, do you have friends that you can also see separately that aren't like that you can like be venting to this shit about as
that
well?
aren't mutual to her per se.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. Like, yeah.
It feels very much like because if they've known each other since they were kids or whatever, like you have come late to the game, so it's like they have all of this shit that's there already. Like there's weird dynamics at play there.
I mean, I'm just like stuck on this thing of like the boyfriend canceled a date because the other girl was doing drinks.
Yeah,
I feel like this might be a dump him.
It's pretty close to a dump him.
yeah. I mean, this.
Yeah, I
is
feel
shitty.
bad.
Again-
I'm so afraid to give
Well, yeah,
something
of course,
drastic
of
as
course.
advice like that. But like that,
Yeah.
if this was a girlfriend of mine, I'd be like, I think you need to dump him.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
like
Even if there is true, I bet you there is even nothing going on between this.
Right.
But it's just like if he can't adjust his behavior at all. Yeah.
Exactly. Because if there's nothing going on, there's no need for him to not adjust his behavior.
Yeah.
It's very simple correction.
Right.
Or like just do things that make you feel like this doesn't matter. Like he needs to be stepping up in other ways. Like if he's gonna keep hanging out with this girl, like he needs to make you feel like you're number one.
Yeah.
Right,
No
yeah.
one should be with anyone that doesn't make them feel like they're the number one.
Yeah.
If that's not your situation, dump them.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you are you want that and what?
Yeah. If you enjoy not.
I think because I feel like
Some people do.
I can imagine being like, a divorcee who's like, I'll be second choice for, like,
right.
I just do whatever.
Adam Scott on Big Little Lies.
Yeah. I could be down to go. Look, I know I'm not the best guy for you, but hey, let's. I'm not going to put all my eggs in this basket either. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
I'm speaking as the guy who's been with the same person for 16 years, so it's a little confusing. Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, you'd be down to.
We've like been through like all the stages of jealousy in relationships where, like now where it's like nothing even matters anymore. It's like, like she's like my coworker proposed to me. It's like, fine, whatever. What'd you say?
What are you going to do? Get married?
Yeah. What's gonna happen? You gonna marry him? All right. Cool.
All right,
look
cool,
forward
fun.
to that stage
Well, you
of
better
marriage.
invite me. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the registry? Do we get to keep it?
How does it work? Does he move in here? Does he have a nicer house than us?
Yeah. We could use a new blender. Sure.
Right,
Why not?
Fine, you can marry someone else, but put me down for the blender. All right?
Indecent proposal, but it's just for appliances.
how much does he offer in indecent like 20,000?
million.
Oh, $1 million.
No, I think it was $100,000, right?
Oh.
Was it $1 million? It might be $1
Maybe
million.
in my head it's $1 million because that's.
That would be your amount.
That's my number.
That's my amount.
Say it.
Yeah, oh. Your face, you're like fully Tim Allen. You're like, well, I feel like if the movie came out now with inflation, it would have to be $1 million.
Have to be.
Yeah.
100,000 is.
Yeah.
It is $1 million. It's $1 million. I'm on Wikipedia.
Oh, wow.
It's
Awesome.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
and
lot
that's
of money.
back then. So nowadays that was like $10 million.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be
And
stupid.
it's to fuck Redford, right?
I think so.
so.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you give me
I'm
$60.
Yeah.
Now.
It's $60. I just want to be the guy who's married to a woman who fucked Robert Redford. And your wife's like, excuse me? You're like, sorry.
Buy yourself something nice.
Yeah. You can have all 60.
Well, I hope that. I feel like. I'm sorry. That's my read on it, though. I just
Yeah.
feel like she's addressed it. It's been thought about.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think all the suggestions we would give you have already you've tried.
You've tried a lot
Yeah,
of them.
most
Well,
of them.
also like you and this girl haven't talked in a year. She hasn't reached out to you. Like she loves the drama of it all. Like it sounds like it's just none of it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's not going to get better by accident. You
No.
either have to get the hell out of there, or get both of them into your house and have a fucking meeting of the minds, like a powwow.
Yeah,
Which sounds
awkward.
awful.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's one of those advice things where you tell people to do it, but then you would never do it.
Oh, never do it. I'd walk away from someone I loved before I did something like that. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Or is there any kind of like slight sabotage we can pull on this girl?
Glass
to,
in her food?
To, like, drive
take her out Sopranos style.
Yeah.
Slowly.
I just meant to like slowly, drive her
yeah.
crazy over time or
Like
something.
one of those
too.
trick ice cubes that has a bug in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fun.
That'll
That's a
fuck them
breaker.
up for life.
Yeah.
You see something like that? That's twisted, Tess.
Like
You
some
are
bags
the
of
fun
shit.
aunt. I got tons of ice cube bugs ready to go. Let me know.
Honey, come over. We can make lemonade with the bug cubes.
I wonder what would happen if you, in order like psychological warfare, like if she went out with them again and whenever they were flirting, no reaction whatsoever. Like you just sat there stone faced and you're
I
like,
think you just get in there and you're like, oh my God, that is so funny.
Yes.
Like, really? Yeah, you just do nothing. You're like, dive in.
You edge him out and you just get super flirty with her.
Yeah.
Put it like right on her. Be like,
yeah.
oh, damn. Yeah. Hey, look, you seem to really like my boyfriend. Should the three of us all fuck?
Maybe.
She'd be like, huh? Like, put her on the spot.
Yeah.
That's if you're going to break up with them, go out. And then when the boyfriend's like, oh, please, that sounds amazing, you go, fuck you guys.
Fuck
And
you,
walk
fuck
out of
you.
yeah.
Jerry Maguire the fuck out
Yeah.
of there.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of a dramatic exit.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's
I blow
tradition
them
for sure.
any opportunity I get.
You do?
Yeah, like I'll say something and I'll be like, that's when I should have left. And then I'm like,
Right.
on the way out, I'm like, smoke if you got them. You know, I was like, oh, God. Like, same thing with every one of my jokes, bitch, I do. It's like, he just did one more thing and undid all the other shit. You're like, no.
Because you're on a roll and you got to push
Yeah,
it.
you're like, I just need more. Give me more. Give me more. You know, like, when I leave, I'll say something really cool. Oh, no, my stomach. What? Nothing. You hear my car, like, hit garbage cans on the way out. No.
Ooh, she could also hire an actor to seduce her. Like hire somebody to seduce this girl, take her attention away.
It's also
and then
crazy
just
because it's well, not
disappear.
crazy, but it's been like a few years, right? And I wonder,
Yeah.
is this like? I wonder if the sister is like dating or like what? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was just thinking about that. I was like, why isn't she dating anybody?
Yeah, if she has a boyfriend come around, how is he going to feel?
Yeah.
But she probably doesn't because this guy's her surrogate boyfriend.
I mean, she's 21. It like sounds like
She's also 21.
she's doing the
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
putting in her time to like try and get with this guy eventually.
Yes.
Is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how old do you think the guy is in this story?
She didn't give us ages.
But so it's a friend's little sister, so we're assuming maybe they're 25, 26?
Yeah.
or
Probably
something like
around
that?
there, yeah.
Okay.
Which is like kind of a world of difference, actually. Like
Yeah, it's-
21
those
versus
ages.
25.
Yeah, she's in college drama.
Yeah.
You don't need college drama.
No.
I just feel like just go learn guitar and get a new life.
Hell yeah.
Become Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
Date Lance
Just
Armstrong.
play until the sun comes up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
We said what we said.
Just go have some fun.
All right, we're gonna go ride the Tour de France pretty soon.
Oh yeah. Where can people find you online, buddy?
Oh, I'm at Gabrus, Gabrus, on all social media. Hit me up there. Or, if, subscribe to High and Mighty and never even listen.
Yeah.
Just subscribe.
Just download, please.
Subscribe, leave a review.
Yeah, and then
about how great
Yes.
you are on our podcast.
Oh, right.
And then
Yeah.
people will come to that.
That's my plug, is review this podcast that I'm currently on behalf of me.
Perfect.
We'll take it.
I
We
use
will
my
take
plug for the Lady to Lady podcast.
What an ally. Thank you so much.
That's me.
You get it for the year. You're good. You're full up.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Well, we're going to head over to a Patreon, do our top secret session, you guys.
Yeah, if you want to know what that is, check out our patreon.com/lady2lady. We're doing lots of fun stuff over there all the time. So come see us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Can't get enough of us? Subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive bonus content, access to our first 100 episodes, and more. Go to patreon.com/lady2lady now to sign up. As little as $1 a month keeps a roof over the glam cave and keeps you laughing, even when your coworkers stare. That's patreon.com/lady2lady.
And don't forget to follow us on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Lady to Lady Comedy. Join our Facebook group, Lady to Lady Podcasts, to chat with other fans about episodes, or even post your own lady problems. Check out our website, ladytoladycomedy.com, for show notes, videos, and merch.
And follow our individual accounts, Babs Gray, Brandazzle, and Testify Barker, for jokes and info and where you can see us perform live. And if you want to send us snacks, stickers, or a lock of your own hair, I don't know, whatever, our P.O. Box is 412-794, Los Angeles, California, 90041. And please, leave us a review on iTunes, but only if you like us.
We love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.